Welcome back, everybody. Shane with 818 Custom Garage. We've got a great one for you today. We are building the Northwest Chassis Works Mantaray. So let's get into this one. I have been wanting to build the Northwest Chassis Works Mantaray. It is a super sweet SCX24 based crawler. So let's get into it, see what we got. Man, look at this. First thing out of here, these come separate. We got a set of RCSteve710 links. These are the gold flame titanium links for the Mantaray chassis. And he threw in one of his sweet fuel cells in here. So really awesome. Steve's a local guy. He's super sweet, super cool. He does links for basically everything, and they're always awesome. I've been using them for a while now on many different systems. So hit him up, RCSteve710. But let's get into the chassis and this whole system. So you got your top roof printed piece. We did go with the Delrin skid. We opted for that. And then here's your whole chassis rail plate pieces. Nice carbon piece. You know, we built the Athos chassis, and it was super nice. This is very similar in design, a little less skid angle. I think this is only like 6 degrees, but this thing should have pretty cool clearance. So I'm really happy with this. So it's pretty simple, you know, what it comes with. It also is set up for battery on axle. So it comes with this is a billet aluminum battery on axle mount. It will bolt to a stock SCX24 based axle. So they say just stock, but this will work on like a Super 8 and some of the others too. So pretty sweet. You have your servo, your battery. See what else comes in here. We've got our these are the little ESC trays, I think, and stuff like that. I think they're the back fill plates too. I think forget exactly how it goes together. So it's been a little while. They give you spacers, give you a bunch of hardware. It's pretty nice kit, you know. They give you, these are the standoffs for the servo. This is all your servo hardware with washers and all the screws and all this, everything for that. So pretty simple, pretty basic kit. Should be super fun. I think it's going to come out good. We'll show you what we got going on for this. So the plan right now is we've got a Escape 32 from VTech. Their ESCs are awesome. We've got one of these in, this one is in the Athos chassis. I love it. So both the Northwest Chassis Works cars are going to have these. These are fantastic. And Victor is local too. He's, you know, down in Southern California as well. He makes these. These things are super duper smooth. Next up, RS100. This came out of our one of our comp chassis build. You know, we put a Tremor V2 in there, and it is super awesome. So we're going with this guy. Then we've got a Micro Komodo. We've got an awesome MR24 trans. It does have, I've opted to go with the stock ratio gear set in there, so I swapped that out, put my gold hardware on there. We've got a set of injection molded Super 8s. I really like the injection molded Super 8s. They are really nice, super lightweight. The fit and finish on them are spectacular. You know, let's open these up, show you what we got going on here. Rear. So what we decided to do is I really like to go stock ratio in the transmission, and then front, I do keep the stock ratio from the front, and then I underdrive the rear. So I've got underdrive gears in the rear, stock ratio up front. These have the upgraded axles, the full U-joint axle, brass cover. And then these are the hot racing heavyweight brass knuckles. So this should give it some nice weight up front. And you know, the injection molded, they're so nice. They're so smooth. I mean, they're gonna glide over stuff. So really like these a lot. And cost effective too for a really good axle. So we're gonna do those axles, and then the plan right now is we're going to go with a set of the hot racing big bore shocks. I think these are end up being like 39 or 40 millimeter in length. So I have a set of these, so I was planning on using these. I'm gonna be honest, I really like the Next Racing shocks. They are super awesome. You know, but we'll see how it goes. And I had to get a servo horn. Little Guy Racing Parts now is making, they have two different style. They're type A and type B servo horns, with a short hole, and they have one with a single short hole, which works well on like their Spider 9s and stuff like that. This with the double hole mounting hole is a little bit longer. It should work on multiple different applications. So I picked up one of these, and it's super nice. So that's what we got going on here. The plan, as you can see, there's gold hardware all over the place holding everything together. That we got it on the transmission, so we're gonna gold hardware this guy. You know, we'll still use the aluminum braces, but all the hardware should end up being gold. So let's go slam it together and see what you guys think. You know what, I'm gonna get the main chassis and links all set up, and we'll come back. Quick stop as I'm assembling. Look at this thing. All goes together super nice. You just sandwich it's got recessed holes for the lower links. You put the lower links in, screw those together, and then you just screw the two sides on. You got to make sure you have your ESC plate in, because it is notched and fits right in there. So but as I'm going, I was like, I gotta put I gotta get the servo mount all together. You screw the I don't know what you want to call those, the servo mount arms or whatever. But I went to go put this on the Super 8, and it would not fit. I had to take the Dremel and recess down further, and I had to take the nubs off the ends and kind of contour things a little bit. I mean, because the screw wouldn't go through. It was at an angle. So just wasn't sitting down far enough on the Super 8. So this thing takes stock, you know, servo mounts easily. So don't know, and it's not catching that little tiny mold line. So I don't know, maybe it was just off a little bit. So a little Dremel work, it got away from me right there, so I was a little irritated, but fits now, and we're gonna move forward. Bang, we moved way forward. Yeah, we had all the links on, right, and all this together. So it's like, hey, let's just get the axles on. Man, look at those axles. Looking good. The links look good on there. Everything finishes perfect. Steve did a great job. Steering links all work. Everything is good. We did do outboard. You know, it is outboard rear. You can do outboard or inboard on the front. So if you look, I've got a little spacer on here, just so when it goes full compression, it just, the way these are angled, it just barely touches there. And then I've got a little bit wider spacer there connected to the axle, well, the servo mount. So those spacers are the same ones used on the front shocks. The rear shocks use a little bit wider spacer because the rear mounting on the Super 8s is a little bit wider in the back than the front. So yeah, everything looks really good. Motor trans fell right inside. Yeah, all the gold hardware. Those gold titanium links look awesome. Man, really, really happy with this. The hot racing shocks all fit good. We got our little fuel cell in there that Steve printed me. So he's selling those too. So check these out. This was like one of his first batch. So he told me, hey, there are holes that line up with this hole in the frame and this next one. But the holes in the printed piece were too big. The screws just went in them. He said, hey, it'll probably be too big. So what I did was I just re-drilled 2 holes, you know, lined it up where I wanted it, re-drilled 2 holes to fit the back 2 holes in the frame. So all works good. So we've got our drive shafts in too. Yeah. Deadbolt rear, deadbolt front, but this is a combo. This is a deadbolt front half. You know, tube piece. The inner slider spline piece is out of a C10 that I ground down to shorten so I can get super full engagement. So I do that every once in a while with the Endura ones, the Endura drive shafts. Just make them, you know, customize them, grind them to fit how I like. So, but everybody can do however they see fit. So, yeah, really pumped. This thing looks super good. So, all right, on to the next part. We've got our servo, got our horn on. We've got, and this is one of the new little guy racing parts, servo horns. This is, I think, the Type A. This one's super nice. I dig them because they actually machine it. I mean, it's machined out to lighten it a little bit too, and it's got some character compared to just most of the other basic, you know, servo horns out there. So pretty sweet. We've got our receiver, you know, for our radio link. And these are nice because they're pretty micro. Battery, of course. And then, okay, we were going to use the VTech Escape 32, but when we went to go, I kind of went to go mock it up. You know, I was going to have it sit sideways on here. It's a little too wide. The wire, because the way the wires are soldered onto there, they come out straight. I didn't want to like bend them up too much and break the solders. So I was like, you know, I have this Hobby Wing Quick Run Mini 24, and this thing will sit right down in there like so. Because initially I was going to run the VTech one sideways, and then I was going to mount this upside down on the roof on the inside and plug into it. But now I'll run both these right next to each other. So kind of measured all of it out already. I obviously shortened this lead up a whole lot because it's just going to pop right over. I shortened the battery lead a little bit. The motor wires, I don't like to touch them personally. I don't have a crimp and stuff for these connectors. I mean, I could get one, and I guess I could customize the wires, but a lot of times I can usually hide those wires pretty good. So now we just need to get this all in here, right? What do we do? 1, 2, 3, ready? Fail! Man, this is what happens when you're part of the moron nation. I'm just, what a ding dong. I did not think, I missed a step. So if you look at the Quick Run, the Mini 24, I love the CSE. It's actually a really good ESC. That is the on-off switch, right? And it is all the Hobby Wing stuff uses those momentary style switches and all that other stuff. And the only way you can turn the ESC on is with the switch. You can unplug the battery and it shuts down, right? But you can plug the battery, and the only way to turn it on is you have to use the button. When this is sitting inside here, the moron forgot there's a roof, right? And my big giant finger cannot get in there where this thing is situated and turn this thing on and off. So, audible number 2. It's a great ESC. I'm irritated now that I super cut those wires down, but it's okay. I'll figure out a way to use it on something else. I've got other builds. So, we are going with the Micro Python. This thing is tiny. I mean, and it's great. So if you look, it's smaller. It packs a punch. It does have an on-off switch, but you leave it on, move it to on, leave it on, plug the battery in and out, it goes on and off. And there you go. And it's got Bluetooth and all that other stuff, which is nice too. So, you know, with this too, when you go to tune, it's not Bluetooth wireless yet, like some of the other Hobby Wing stuff. You still have to plug it in with a programmer. So, which is not a big deal. It's not hard. It doesn't bother me. The only thing is, if you want to make changes, you got to pop the roof off to go into this. So, another plus for the MicroPython, because they give you the Bluetooth module that plugs into it, and I'll just leave it on there like I did in the Cardinal chassis. So we have a similar setup, basically the same setup as what we did in our Cardinal. So that had limited space too. I think that was even worse for space. So we are now going to get this all in. Ready? 1, 2, 3, ready? Bang! Check it out. Look at that Mantaray. It looks so sweet. Everything fit in there nice and tight. Yeah. Let's see. You can see the receiver in there. Our micro python. Man. Super nice. Super nice. So, and it is battery on axle, but look at those wheels. So those are a set of 1.3 HardPark wheels, titanium center with a carbon ring. I used a bunch of little guy racing parts, 1.4 gold hardware. That's what I used on all this, and then used it on all the wheels too. I think it set it off cool. And then these are a set of Endura 1.3 Klingon tires. They're big, but I think it sets this thing off, makes it just look crazy. So it's ready to go. I got everything all calibrated, tested out, everything nice and smooth, just in the garage. So now we got to go test this thing on the rocks. So we'll see you there next.
Over there?
Okay, so we've got the Mantaray out.
So cool.
The Mantaray is pretty cool looking, huh? So we're gonna do some similar lines to, man, what do we want to try? Let's stick him down here, see how he starts.
Go look for other stuff. No.
Never used the Klingon tires before, so we'll see kind of how he does.
I actually probably this rock right here.
Oh yeah.
Dash, be careful.
Looking good going up that easily.
Where's the pink one? That Grace wants to have water in them. Oh,
On 3 wheels already?
might be more. That's yeah, there's
Oh
only 4
yeah.
of them.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Grace, I also...
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, misjudged that side hill a little bit.
Grace, I got you a good one. Oh, Grace, I found purple. Oh my gosh. Brenda? Yeah, out of these ones, yeah. She's new, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys can go get...
Let's see how this thing does.
Well, Grace, our sirloins are still cooking. We need one more sirloin for you. Okay. And if you can, find thin rocks so I can make plates and bowls. Well, I almost don't cut it.
Nice.
No, so big ones, because they're nice plates. Wait,
Okay, let's see. I'm gonna pick him up, move him. I'm gonna try something else. Let's see.
Rick, we don't have enough pepper. Let me cook, guys. Let me cook. That's enough pepper. Guys, let me cook. Okay, okay. I'm cooking. Yeah, he's cooking the food. Oh!
Maneuver over here.
I need more spices. I need some chopped chilies, some onions, some deads. Don't call them dead. That's weird. Those are onions. And then I need the very short.
Oh.
No, those are onions. Oh, they're not ready yet? No. You can have
Oh, oh man.
Okay, no, these are the onions. Put that down. Put that down. These are onions. Yes, I got them. No, I got these onions.
Oh, man, I'm just having a hard time. I gotta learn this thing.
We need butter. We need butter. I think I have the butter. Grace, that's got a whole pound of butter. Oh my gosh. That's way too much. No, it's not. We can cook
Oh
butter.
yeah. Nice.
We need butter. It's getting dry. Wow. You're so strong.
Come on, baby.
Let me go get more butter. So we never run out. No, look for flat rocks that I can put my spices on. Like this, Dash, but even bigger. Wait, also can we make sandwiches? Yes.
Oh, this guy is probably gonna go over. I mean, that is.
Hurry, go find rocks that are... Okay, I'm shoving some butter and it's gonna be juicy.
Need him to set.
Wait, and we
Let's go
need
slow,
to
guys. Oh no, there he goes.
Loud, too loud.
Okay.
We should have the chopped chili.
man. Should go up all this very easy, I would think. I have a feeling I might end up pulling the springs off of this thing. I feel like it could be a little too stiff because it's very pretty. It seems pretty light. Nice. Oh yeah. These Klingon tires seem to be doing pretty good, being brand new. I like my little Mantaray so far. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Easy. Look at that breakover. I think it needs to be a little wider, personally. So I may end up going, let's see. Let's see if we can take him. Sorry guys, I'm trying not to fall as I'm. Come on, baby. Don't flip over. Nice. Oh, yeah. In the hole. Oh, Mantaray looks so sick. So, let's see. So the Mantaray. I like it, but I think it needs to be a little wider. I've got it pretty narrow. HardPark makes the hubs that are a little bit wider. These are the really short ones. So I think they're 2 mil wider. So I think I might get a set of 2 mil wider hubs and then try that. May end up pulling the springs probably out of the front at least. And the back, maybe just let the thing sit a little bit lower and go from there. So remember, comment, like, subscribe. Oh, it's beautiful out here. Appreciate all the support. You know, give us any feedback that you got, and remember, 10% discount code at Little Guy Racing Parts on your whole order. Link is in the description, and we'll catch you on the next one.